Trevor Green to explain why.
It's shedding its old Silk Town image. Both its people and its football club are prospering. Macclesfield is fast becoming one of the region's boom towns. Now the local football club is in with a serious chance of obtaining league status. 9 points clear at the top of the GM Vauxhall Conference. You'd think only a calamitous second half of the season could deny them promotion this year. But there's more to it than that. You see, although this new £85,000 cantilever stand will be finished soon, it's too late to satisfy the Football League's new criteria on ground safety.
When we realised that we were not going to meet the deadline, we then asked them if we could approach Chester City with a view to ground sharing, which is a provision made within their criteria. They, in their wisdom, have refused us. As they say, Chester is too far away from Macclesfield and is not within the conurbation of Macclesfield.
But it was all right for Chester to come here and play.
Yes, well, they say the criteria has changed since then.
Do you think that's unfair?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I think the fans think it's unfair because the deadline is so early in the season. I mean, December the 31st, there may be no indication that which team's going to be promoted.
With Chester Football Club here 2 years, playing all the matches, and with no trouble on the ground at all. So it's got me beat. I think it's unfair that that we can't get in the league.
And so Macclesfield are calling for extra time. Bring on the politicians.
We're going to see the Minister for Sport, Ian Sprout, on Wednesday afternoon at the Department of National Heritage to put Macclesfield's case, which I think needs to be looked at exceptionally because of the problems that the contractor has encountered through their fault, not through any fault of the football club.
And there's McElroy getting in there. Can he finish it off?
Macclesfield Town owes its success largely to one man.
She can! 2 goals in a minute!
Former Busby babe Sammy McElroy.
I would just like them to bend their rules a little bit, and if we do become champions, give us the right to go into the league.
To the Football League, a deadline is a deadline is a deadline, even for Macclesfield Town. A spokesman said their decision is final. But if politicians succeed where the management has failed, it'll be a proud new flag flying here next season.
I tell you the wrong. Denied the ultimate prize, and this season Macclesfield, dominating the conference, looks set to suffer the same fate. Ray Stubbs reports on the mounting frustrations.
20 miles from Manchester, the borough of Macclesfield has a population of over 150,000. Macclesfield Town has always been highly regarded in non-league football. Now it wants to take a step up. The Silkmen, as they're known, have made a reasonable impact in the FA Cup over the last few seasons. And under former Northern Ireland international Sammy McElroy, the Cheshire club are growing great guns in the conference. Last Saturday's 2-0 win over Telford confirmed their 9-point lead at the top of the table. And for many of McElroy's young side, winning Football League status is a burning ambition.
It's fantastic. I think it's the best leagues in the world, there's no doubt about that. And I keep on saying to the players, I mean, it'd be a great experience if we could get in and actually stay in there. It'd be tremendous for them, because we are a young side, and the young lads would really love it.
Sammy McElroy is very aware that the title race isn't over by a long way, although the Cheshire club's toughest opponent is the Football League itself. The door to promotion isn't open to them, even if they win the conference. The top and bottom of the reason why is that Macclesfield failed to meet a December the 31st deadline to get their Moss Rose ground up to the minimum standard the Football League lay down.
Yeah, we'll start over on this side and re-terrace all around here, putting new barrier systems in to meet the safety requirements of the Football Licensing Authority and to meet the capacity of 6,000.
Club chairman Arthur Jones points to an unavoidable hiccup in their redevelopment programme. Completion is now expected in 10 weeks. But that's too late for the Football League. Rules are rules is the message, and the invitation to make a recorded contribution to today's football focus was declined. Macclesfield are keen to put their case.
We would argue basically on what is fair and what is reasonable. We've had some problems that we didn't envisage on ground improvements, which have taken longer than we thought they would, and we have asked them to use some discretion on this deadline.
But no discretion and no flexibility. No. And what Macclesfield find equally frustrating is that Chester City used Moss Road on 53 occasions while their new ground was being built. A change in the Football League rulebook means the compliment can't be returned. Chester's Diva Stadium is outside the Macclesfield conurbation. Macclesfield won't get anywhere near the pitch. They feel thwarted at every turn.
It's a protection of their membership, and they basically are almost discouraging the promotion and relegation system from non-league into league.
The Football League say they've had bad experiences with Barnet and Maidstone as non-league clubs being promoted into the Football League. Your reaction to that?
Well, I would use Wycombe as an example, I think, who have been very successful. I mean, having been promoted 2 seasons ago, they're now riding high in the 2nd division. So it does work.
And Macclesfield are working hard to get their case reviewed. Chairman Arthur Jones was in London this week, and with local MP Nicholas Winterton added to the squad, emerged from a meeting with Sports Minister Ian Sprout optimistic that all wasn't lost.
I was delighted and very happy that the Minister indicated that he himself, as the Minister for Sport, will be writing to the League about Macclesfield's case and asking them, in the light of the case that has been presented to him and the inquiries and information that he has got from his officials, to look at Macclesfield's case and to review it.
While the off-field debate rages, Sammy McElroy will concern himself only with results. Otherwise, the row is academic.
We're in a nice position at the minute. There's teams coming up on the rails, and we can't sit back on our laurels. We've got to go out there and try to win every game.
A little bit of flexibility, that's all it needs, really.
That's all we want. That's all we want. We're not asking for the moon, just a little bit of flexibility and say, well, we are ready. Can we take our step in the Football League if we do win the league?
Got to sympathise with them. There does seem to be total inflexibility, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it does really, and I mean, if the league's argument is that, and they are going to be inflexible, well, you'd think they'd have actually come on and said it, wouldn't you, or shown what they really thought about it. It does seem a little bit harsh.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a response from the Football League in the weeks to come. It's a shame we couldn't have had one in the context of that report, but we've got one last bit of action to bring